Radcast News. Hey guys, Ryan Alford, your host of the Radcast.
You're listening to the Radcast.
If it's radical, we cover it. Here's Ryan and Reiley.
Here's your host, Ryan Alford.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the latest edition of the Radcast. Advertising and marketing news. It's Friday, March 19th, 2021, and we're excited to be here. I'm joined, as usual, by my co-host and the uber duba super producer of the Radcast,
I was wondering that was coming. I was like, thanks.
Reiley Clark. Is that the best introduction you've ever gotten?
I was going to say, it was a pretty great introduction. You know, it was nice.
I was just making up words there, I think. But,
no, that's nice.
It felt appropriate.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah. How was your day going? Look at us all branded, though, by the way.
I know. If you're watching the video, hey, you can just imagine it if it's the audio you're listening to. But
oh, yeah.
We're branded. I got T-shirt gear on, make advertising great again. And then our lovely wall art that Reiley put together is really upping the vibe here in the Radcast studio.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's fun. And if you see it on the video version, you will see a little bit of the outside view of the studio as well. So it's cool little vibe. But it's been a good week, and St. Patrick's was this week, so we know we're living it up, and in the best ways, obviously, and keeping everything responsible and fun.
We had a playlist playing on St. Patrick's Day in the office. I was like, cue the bagpipes. Like, oh, I think that's Scottish. Like, there was bagpipes playing all day. But we had hopefully had some green beer. I can't remember, but we'll see.
Yeah, no, exactly. Or Guinness, the Guinness, and
I do remember I lived in Chicago, where I say that it was like a 9-month live type situation right out of college, and I say I lived there, but I guess it was kind of I stayed there more than I stayed anywhere else for 9 months. But they would turn the river green.
I've always wanted to go to Chicago St. Patrick's
cool.
Day. The coolest St. Patrick's Day experience I think I had was a couple years ago. I was in Dublin for St. Patrick's Day when I was studying abroad over there, and that was what you can imagine it was. It was pretty fun.
A little throwdown.
Exactly.
A big throwdown.
Yeah. But what about you? Traveling?
Traveling, yeah. So
if
if you're listening to this, wherever you are, wherever you might be, if it is the weekend that we released it, being, today, Friday for you, or Saturday or Sunday or even Monday, I will be having a beverage on a Mexican beach somewhere. To be undetermined and unnamed, because I don't want anyone showing up there. If you so choose to come raid Mexico with me, but I will be sipping on by the time, if you're listening to this, like when it's first available, I am probably on a beach having a margarita or four.
Oh, yeah. No.
Taking the family, all the kids, though. So doesn't mean I won't still imbibe, enlighten, indulge a bit, but all in the kid-friendly confines of the resort that we're staying at.
My favorite joke about this throughout the week that, this has been leading up, everyone, you're like, oh, I'm taking the boys and, the family down to Mexico. And we're all like, but are you bringing them back? Like, is this happening?
Yeah, we thought about deporting them, but no, this is the first. This is the first. We have 4 boys, and we have a blended family. We're the modern Brady Bunch, but we do have them all just about half the time or more. So we're it's not an every weekend thing or every other weekend thing. We've got more. We have them more than we don't. But this is our first international getaway with the family.
Aww.
So passports. Nash has got his passport. He's 4.
So
and
cute.
So we got 4, 9, 9, and 11. So we got the passported up. And
that's exciting.
We are in Mexico
again.
as you are listening to this. So.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's going to be super fun. What's been going on around the agency? Anything noteworthy? And
just we sidebar. It's related to the agency, but we're having a great debate on our patio furniture, and it's really weighing on my mind.
Yes.
It's we have this large, gigantic patio, and we've had a couple of incidences that make us, want to think about the way because we're positioned in lovely downtown Greenville, South Carolina. Today's podcast brought to you by the city of Greenville. But the outside patio right on the Swamp Rabbit Trail. And so it gets a lot of traffic, a lot of foot traffic, but we're thinking through that. So that's been on my mind. That's somewhat agency news related. So if you know of any large, bulky patio furniture and you want to message us on the Netherworlds online, please do. Send us your patio furniture ideas. Well, we might sponsor you on the show.
Exactly, so put your name on a stool or something. Thanks so much for giving us this furniture.
So that's not the most maybe important of things, but it's been
it's been on your mind.
It's been on my mind because, I strive to make this a great place to work. We do have a co-work space, and I want our people to be using, because it's getting beautiful outside, but getting to use all of the benefits of our space. So really trying to nail down some lovely outdoor gear, and but things have been busy. Things have been good. I didn't watch the other night, just like a large number of other people, the Grammys.
Can we talk about this? Did you see anything advertised for the Grammys? Did you see anything on Instagram, anything on TikTok? Because I saw nothing about it. And then the next morning, it was like everyone got a Grammy. And I was like...
I think they were only promoting it on linear TV, and no one is watching linear TV.
Did you talk about... Do you have an opinion on that? I don't know.
Well, it would be one of the 2021 trends we talked about in December. It says, mass media is dead or dying. I'd posted on LinkedIn earlier. I at least patted myself on the back. I thought it was funny, but I said, it's nothing's fading faster than a bad haircut than linear TV.
That's funny.
Okay, is it funny?
I'll go look it.
All right, okay.
I hadn't seen it yet. I need to get on LinkedIn.
Yeah. So, but yes, linear TV, and they dropped ratings 53% down. And look, this is a genie that's not going back in the bottle. Linear TV, mass marketing is fading fast. And so if they didn't promote it enough on social, because it didn't hit my radar, and I'm on social all day.
Same.
And so...
It blew my mind.
And I don't know, even if it got promoted... I don't know. I would have at least turned it there. It wasn't even on my periphery.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't even know it was remotely in the time frame the Grammys would have happened. And then lo and behold, the next morning, I'm just seeing it on Instagram, and I'm like, is this
the
last
Grammys were last
year's?
night. Yeah.
I'm like, is this last year's repurposing photos? Because it was so off my radar.
Yeah. You can go back and watch it on,
YouTube
or something, like the quick version.
Exactly. Yeah. Just get the highlights.
Yeah. But that hit my radar just purely from the standpoint of validation of I saw the news note that just said Grammys down 53%. And I was like, oh, there were Grammys this week? And then I went, oh, yeah.
No wonder.
Linear TV.
No wonder it was down.
But it's just crushing TV because, look, their last hope was live events. Sports, Super Bowl, which was down its worst ratings in 15 years. So when the live events start going, this is falling off the cliff.
Yep.
So and go figure, I gotta binge watch me some, Netflix. I ain't got time for no live stuff.
I know.
Other than Clemson football. Sorry. Clemson, go Tigers. Clemson football, Clemson basketball. NCAA tournament is this weekend. Starts.
WVU's looking pretty good, too.
And I'll be in Mexico watching. Right now I'm watching my bracket get busted by some 5 seed beating my 12 seed. It happens every time.
Yeah.
You ever fill out a bracket? Are you a bracket person?
I need to fill out mine because I just want WVU to do well. I just want them to do well, But we'll see where they go.
Yes, I am.
I saw them on your bracket.
Yes.
Were they on your bracket?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You don't sound too happy about it.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
Talk about it later. No, we'll see. West Virginia might, win a game or two. Yeah, they always do. Hey, Bob Huggins. Is it Bob Huggins?
Yeah, Bob Huggins.
Bob Huggins, hell of a coach. They always do.
Yeah.
It's like them and Michigan State. They're good for 2 wins every tournament or something.
Yeah. They do.
They both
well.
played good defense.
Yeah.
I think that's part of it. But hopefully my Tigers can
Mountain
get by.
your pride, man. To go to.
Clemson's playing Rutgers. Look, Clemson is the only seed the lower seed that is not favored to win their game against a higher seed. I'm like, what does this mean? Are we going to get killed? What?
This is when you want the magic ball and you're like, just tell me what happens.
Hey, that probably means we're going to win. Like, it goes against the grain. Then we get to play Houston if they win. So
there you go.
And they're like 24-2 or something. Like,
then,
yeah, big L.
Yeah.
So it's okay. As a Clemson fan and fair weather basketball fan that I am, I'm an all day everyday football fan, and that was before we were good. By the way, we were not very good in the middle '90s, early 2000s. I mean, we were okay. We had like moments, but it was like 8-3 was a great year. I was a huge fan then. So this is not a fair weather. I graduated from Clemson. So I ride and die, high, low, whatever, Clemson football. I love all Clemson sports. I just don't have the time. I can't focus like year round on like 5 sports. I don't know. I just can't. And my attention on basketball is just waning because it seems like I'm doing a million things when basketball season's around, other than the tournament. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully that bracket turnout. Any other big news from you from the agency or otherwise?
Not yet, but this will be a good segue into a little bit of the news topics for today. We have a really cool guest that will be featured on Tuesday's episode, Jan Bednar, and he is the CEO and founder of a company called Chipmunk, and it's so cute. They have, yes, you heard it right, Chipmunk.
Chipmunk.
Yep. And you have a little monk as your, mascot, and it's super cool, super cute, and also obviously doing very well. It's not just a cute company. I probably shouldn't say it like that. It's a very well established, doing awesome things company, e-commerce. You all had a great conversation.
Yeah. So definitely check that out on Tuesday. Jan was great. He's done amazing things. He's pivoted. He's done different things, but he supplies the e-commerce world with turnkey fulfillment. The hardest thing about e-commerce, everybody thinks it's a lot of things, but it's actually getting the product into people's hands. You got a great product. You've got branding. You created the website. Then you start selling stuff, and you got to actually fulfill, ship, and get that thing there so you don't blow it all up. So he's Chipmunk is that, and it was a really fascinating discussion. So definitely be on the lookout for our Tuesday release. But officially, here's Reiley with the news.
Okay, first topic for today. Again, feeding off of the e-commerce thing. Did you know that 2020 was like a huge year for e-commerce? If you didn't know that, then you've been living under a rock. But here's super cool news about the first 2 months of 2021. We are already at $121 billion online shopping. 34% year-over-year growth. That's what it's showing right now. And this is as a result of buy now, pay later options. You have, your Klarna, you have Visa Afterpay, all these Afterpay things. And hello, this is what we've been talking about. Yep. Go off, Ryan. I know you have thoughts.
Well, look, as I told some of the clients we work with now 2 years ago or 3 years ago, if we want to get like technical about it, you needed to be building e-com. No, I did not know a global pandemic was going to escalate at 7 years, but this was coming no matter what.
Right.
It's just kind of like, you see the freight train like coming down the tracks. And it's still a couple miles away, but you're like, I'm good. I'm just going to stick on these tracks and hope that train doesn't run me over. It's coming, folks. And now people are getting run over or taking advantage. It's really this is really just commerce. This is how stuff is getting bought and sold now. It's becoming the mainstream. It grew in 7 years over the 1 year of last year, the 7-year average, what they anticipated in that 1 year. And, you've created muscle memory now with people that this is how they shop. You're seeing it now, like toilet paper, stuff that was just a sacred cow that was never going to be bought e-commerce. I'm never going to buy toilet paper or aspirin or everyday items. Those things are now in play. And by 2022, we're talking about $1 trillion. That is the estimate for how much sales are going to happen in e-com by 2022. And so this is all part of trends and things that we're talking about, but this is just now how you need to be thinking about building your business both online and offline, and the implications, because there's implications for both. And so not a surprise, but it is interesting that the topic you brought up, the buy now, pay later, and that's back to again, these are things that were offered in store in retail before, because you've had credit cards and everything like that. You've had layaway. You've had these are now the traits and the opportunities of how these things are being translated into digital. Yep. That are now, like Klarna and others that are just booming, and you've had this uncertainty. So people are really taking advantage of that, not sure, like they know they're going to bounce back, but their next 6 months are a little in flux, but I still really want this nice wallet or whatever they're buying.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah.
So you got this influx of things, and just it's an exciting time to be in e-commerce.
It really is, and it's cool to just be in the digital space itself. I mean, we're seeing the digital space really take off in a lot of ways, especially with NFTs and other things like these buy now, pay later. We're in conversation with a guest that might be coming on, and they have a similar kind of shopping loyalty kind of deal. And, you're optimizing what you're able to get digitally because of other options that are brought through the digital space on how to increase your personal digital, real estate or your own purchases or whatever it is. And there's just a lot more options now for you to, go with digital. I mean, really, it's just there's like all these different paths, and they're all merging at some point, to give you the best option for you to expand whatever you're wanting digitally.
Yep. And even the big players, CPG, like from M&Ms and candy bars to everything else that was so convenience driven, they're all rapidly adopting and adapting their e-com strategies for direct to consumer.
Yep.
And I think you're going to just see things that you never expected to be sold online. I just think, these things, I just think now that we've kind of gone over the hump of like, well, that's not possible or that doesn't work, you're going to see, I think, even more and more innovation in the space. And I think a complete reimagining of industries, from cars to insurance to...
You're exactly right.
Like, it's just, we aren't even scratching the surface. And we're scratching the surface, let me say. But you're not quite able to see through the window yet, but it's coming.
It's crazy.
I'm seeing like the edges of a lot of that. I don't even see every bit of, not some, hypothesis, Nostradamus or something, but I do see and have seen these trends coming enough to know that you couldn't ignore them. And now it's just, live or die. It's a business.
Exactly. But I mean, basically, you need to figure out how to get on digital. And if you're not, then...
Yep. That train's coming. My worst train effects ever.
It's okay. I'll fill it in later. I'll put it in post.
Yeah, they could be.
Now our next topic, obviously South by Southwest did not happen last year. And I think it's really interesting that we talked a lot about streaming events. We talk a lot about, optimizing how live streaming or other types of getting video content out there. And South by Southwest is creating this virtual installation, also trying to figure out ways to bring the event home to the attendees. And, you see some of the stuff that, Austin, whether it's the Austin Chronicles or whatever, is like putting out about the pictures that, they're going to be creating on these installations and things like that. It's really interesting, very digital. Like this just looks like some futuristic movie that we, saw early 2000s. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, but it's so cool to see this taking off, and, looking forward to seeing where this goes as a streaming platform, for streaming services like HBO Max and things like that too.
Yeah. I mean, South by Southwest, it started, like, I remember it being in the industry as like this marketing and advertising and digital type thing, like 10, 12 years ago. It kind of started in that. It expanded quickly into arts and movies and, kind of the whole media landscape. Yeah. And so I'm going to give like a buy sell approach here. Like buying this from the standpoint that I love it because it's opening up there was so many years, there was a lot of years where I couldn't get there. Like I went to a few of these wonderful, awesome events. Years I couldn't get there. I would have loved to had this digital at-home experience to bring it to life because it opens up the audience more.
Exactly.
More people can get involved. More people can see what's going on in real time and all that. So love it. And it's brilliant. They're doing everything they can. But I'm selling it because I'm just selling everything that's like virtual events now because I'm so ready for real events. And like it's more of a personal thing than I know the reality that we live in and I know why it's not. So I'm not wishing for something that we're not ready for. It's more just personal like exhaustion of the virtual and wanting the real and the human and everything that comes with that and hoping for that and hoping that next year, at the very least, some events like this can get back to not normal because again, I think this is where there's not going back to normal. There are the ones that are adapting, that are bringing in like what they're doing, creating this virtual experience that they can carry on till next year. Yes, it's creating more work, but you're going to be able to open that audience even wider so that audience can stay wide where you bring in your normal visiting, you have the money, you have the resources, or you have, other brands or other reasons to be there, business development, all those things. You're coming in and creating that human environment, but the digital is still there for you virtually for things that you might have missed while you were there or the people at home that, couldn't have made the trip otherwise. And so again, you're not going to go back to normal because I think these virtual experiences are going to remain. And I think the companies that really win are going to be the ones that intermix these two things.
Exactly. No, I mean, I totally agree with you. It's something that I think as we're seeing, we've seen this a lot already with collaboration from other companies and other industries coming together with other companies and other industries. And we're seeing this virtual and digital collaboration take place, and it's just going this way. We're saying this over and over again, but it just is, and it's not going to go anywhere. It might be increasing for other people to be able to be a part of other kinds of events, still probably having real life, people come in once we eventually get back to that point. But this isn't going to go anywhere. And if anything, you're going to be able to expand on this, I think, in the real sense, like eventually when it becomes live, like back to real people to people events, that virtual aspect is going to be there somehow, some way. Yeah. I really think, but.
Yep. So it's cool, but I'm buying and selling it. The only reason I'm selling is I'm just ready for some realness. And virtual can only be so real. Right. At least until I can put my, goggles on and like walk in there. And then that's probably not far for all these events. Yeah. As long as my brain thinks I'm there, maybe I'll be there.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. In the comfort of my own home, just like lounging on the couch. I'm totally here.
Yeah, I'm South by. Oh, hey there, Will Smith. How are you?
Exactly. Wow.
Oh, Will.
You're in my apartment. It's crazy.
Yeah. Are celebrities going to be as stuck up in the virtual space? Or are they going to be really nice because they know that you're really not there with them? Deep thoughts.
Wow. You gotta take a minute on that one.
On the Radcast News. If it's radical, we cover it.
Exactly.
Yeah, chew on that one and we can revisit it in 2027.
Yeah, exactly. I'm thinking about that now. Our next topic is, Clubhouse. Okay, so Clubhouse is creating a creator first kind of experience. They're trying to give creator content. Basically, to me, when I read this, it sounded like Instagram influencers, like all their credibility, the creators that you see on TikTok, things like that. They get they're verified and then they get they're financially, let me say this a different way. Clubhouse will then pay them to then create, right? And that's my understanding of it. And that's what it's kind of reminding me of, like TikTok creators and Instagram creators and other things like that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So think about Clubhouse as a platform, as, let's just say TV. It's TV. You need stations and content for your audience to keep coming to watch it. And so I got two thoughts on this. One, I think I was always, and we're going to go back and play this in a year when Clubhouse is fizzled, because I had my doubts. We can play back the tape because I've had them since the beginning.
Yeah, I remember.
And I do not think in its current form, Clubhouse is going to be a big deal in a year. I think that it's a wonky experience. I think people are growing tired of it the way they grow tired of Blab. I think it's waning. I do not think this is a Facebook or an Instagram or a TikTok, a platform that's going to like is it in its current form. If it doesn't pivot in a few different ways, I don't have all of those pivot recommendations. I just think that tension wanes, and that as more people have come on, the content is suffering. This is the first play because they're going to pay people because they know that as attention's waning and the best creators are falling off, they need to pay them to stay on. And this is the first sign. Maybe they're going to always do this. I don't know, but it's, to me, is a sign of that. And yes, some of the other platforms do it, but usually the brands are the ones that support the influencers and the content creators because they're promoting. And so I think you might start to see some of that, but I feel like it's not, the discovery is bad. It's hard to find what you really want to be or do on there. I've already seen the channels, the few that I get on and listen. It's like the quality versus even like 2 months ago. It's like everybody's hawking their book or their course or their
really
training,
true,
and like there's definitely diamonds in the rough. So I'm not. It's just, yeah. I don't know.
It's like, I almost wish rooms had caps on them. Like you could only, like 10 people max in a room.
Yeah.
Or, because I feel like so many people are getting in rooms and just want to control the conversation because they want to talk so bad and they want people to listen to them so bad. You give them the place to go on stage and no one's going to mute them. They're just going to go off about something completely off topic, and everyone, because it's Clubhouse, we all have to look, oh, we're totally in on this, whatever.
Yep.
And you're just going to continue this conversation and just go along with it. And it's like, I get the professionalism. I get we're all trying to be respectful of everyone's, talking points. But at some point, like, it just doesn't even feel like we're talking about the topic of the room anymore. It's like,
but it also has a natural friction point get in. So I'm going to give you like a comparison. I'm going to ask you to do a little couple questions here.
Okay.
Do we know why one of the reasons, and not being because you have to pay for it, but like linear TV. Linear TV being content that you don't get to necessarily discover. It comes on at a time, and this is when it is. Linear TV is dying because people want to choose what they watch when they watch it.
Good call. Yes. Correct.
Clubhouse is exactly the opposite. It's people are creating shows and they're on at this time, at this place, at this location. It's linear, in a lot of ways.
A good point.
It's not organic. Like I choose, like I finally have some downtime and I can binge watch this show on my time, my terms.
I can
Clubhouse
get in this room when I want to get in this room and catch the conversation.
It's the antithesis of everything else that's trending, so.
That's a really interesting point, but I feel like the only thing it has going for it right now is the like, I mean, we talk about it, attention is currency and like, use the now, but it's like the only thing it has going for it is the live, active viewing of it, but
Yes.
it's so dependent on other people joining one person's live.
Yeah.
It's messing up, to your point, the trend of
And the reason podcasts are so big is because people can choose to play the episodes when they have time to. And this is live. This is, so if you either miss it, you get it or you don't, and I just think it's fighting against some of the other things. And they created this natural scarcity, this unnatural scarcity at the beginning. Oh, we're in beta. We're doing this. The invites. It's brilliant. Brilliant marketing. It's age-old marketing. Creating scarcity drives attention. And as that's wearing out, more and more people get in, and the content quality is going down.
Yep.
So you've got scarcity going away. You've got content quality going down. And you have this inverse of my content when I want it, how I want it, of trends. And it's none of those things. Again, I appreciate the quality of the people that are still on the platform. I appreciate the time being spent on it. I'm not saying that it's dead as a doornail. I'll stop short of that. I just think there's all these factors in play that are going to make it very difficult in its current form to survive over the next 12 to 18 months.
It's a good point. We're obviously going to be following it here, clearly.
So,
I mean,
we'll
we've been following every step
and I don't
of
do that.
Clubhouse,
I don't do that to say, I'm not saying that like drawing this line in the sand. I'm doing it more because that's why at first I was like, all right, let's do this and put some apples in that cart. And I'm just telling people, explore it, taste it. But you may or may not like how it tastes, and you may not be eating it in a year. So don't use it as another channel.
Yep.
But I'd be careful with going too all in.
All your eggs in one basket there. No, it makes total sense.
Yeah.
Our last topic for today, I just think this is so intriguing to me. Roblox is going public, if not already went public. Okay. Yep. I knew it was around this date.
Yeah, I tried to buy it for $45. I tell you, it didn't
I'm
happen.
shocked considering I feel like your
$80
kids
now.
would be like aren't they like all over Roblox?
Oh, all over it.
I was gonna say like
it has 40.
Kids,
it has one of those 41 billion valuations because of the Alford family.
seriously, like
the trends
kids,
of the buying.
I've babysat kids and like they use this app all the time, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, the only reason why this company has done what it's done is because of like kids using their parents' credit cards and stuff.
Oh God, yeah, skins and stuff and swords and like it's the weirdest game.
I will say this.
There's all these little mini games within the game. Like I've sit here and watched my kids play.
Yeah.
Like I picked up on, Minecraft and insert game here, like I pick up on the promise. I love me some what's the name of the game? I'm forgetting it. With my little race car, everything blows up. I'll think of it in a second. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I'm mind freezing.
Yes.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Cars run around, you're trying to shoot each other.
What is this game?
What is it?
Is it Mario?
No, where you're shooting like soccer. You're trying to get the ball in. Rocket League. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
One of our content creators, Daniel's in the room reminding us of, but yes, Rocket League. And I was just in another tangent there. And I think it was Rocket League and Roblox throwing me off. But anyway, Rocket League. I get it. I got it. I was like, this is cool. I get to shoot and play on this. But man, it's some weird little games on Roblox. It's like these miniature guys. They like because creators can create games and sign up and get paid for it and different things. And they're just some like dudes in Egypt coming out carrying stuff, and you're trying to make sure you shoot all the guys before they come at you. Like there's like the strangest games, and it's like I'm like, what are you? And every other time there was a football game, this simulation football game on Roblox, and I'm like, we got Madden, and it's like awesome. We got these little like 2D guys, and they're like sitting there playing it for an hour, and I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen, but they love it.
But get this, if you miss the number, $41 billion valuation.
Yeah. No, I believe it because I think the Alford families is maybe not $1 billion. That's a joke, but they've every time they get a gift card, they're loading it up and like it's $5, $10, $20 Apple or whatever or Microsoft gift card. They're loading that thing up and it's going towards skins or characters or whatever. And so and again, we talked about this, but kids are putting a lot of value in these digital assets.
Yes.
Back to
this whole
NFTs and all that.
Of it.
So
yes.
it's all part of that. That's why they got the valuation. I tried to buy it for $45 and it went up to like 80 and like a blink of an eye, like a week.
I
still think I'd be buying it anything under $100. This is here's your stock tip of the week on the Radcast and is buy Roblox. I would. It's going to be $200 or $300 stock.
Yeah, I just got my stimulus check, so
Roblox, buy it. You're going to see some fluctuations like any of these things do, but $150 by summer. That's my guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, but does not surprise me at all.
Well, that's it on the Radcast. Crazy topics. And if you didn't catch the theme, I think it's digital. I think we're talking about a lot of digital stuff. I think that'd be my guess.
The interwebs, the internet, www.
Oh gosh.
No. Oh my gosh. Well, it's all internet based. It's all
I know.
Wi-Fi, internet. No, everything you can do because of the connection in your pocket.
It's crazy.
But yes, it's definitely here, there, and everywhere. So get on board. So
exactly.
We really appreciate you wherever you might be listening, hopefully watching as well on YouTube, on IGTV, Facebook, and everywhere else. Please do us a solid. Leave us a review. Let us know what you think. Send us stock tips or patio furniture ideas. We'll take them all.
Exactly.
But we really appreciate you, and you know where to find us, theradcast.com, at the.rad.cast on Instagram, and I am always at Ryan Alford on Instagram. We'll see you next time.